My Rolex is filled with vegetables, that is tomatoes, onions, and coriander, and also it's loaded with lots of proteins because I'm using egg. The chapati is soft layered and looking very delicious, so the Rolex is the best way to start off your day. To make Rolex, you need a few basic ingredients, which I know you definitely have, and it's going to take you around 20 to 30 minutes. So grab yourself the ingredients and let's make Rolex or stuffed chapati. To make this delicious homemade Rolex, you're going to start off with 1 cup of water, which you're going to be adding in some salt and sugar. So I'm going to add in half a teaspoon of salt and some sugar, and then I'm going to stir in the salt and sugar into the water until fully combined. Once everything is combined, you're going to pick your mixing bowl, add in all-purpose flour. This is 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Then gradually you're going to add in a little bit of water at a time until a dough is formed. Once the dough is formed, you're going to go in with your hands. Add in a little bit more all-purpose. Add in a little bit flour to the bowl, and then you're going to knead for around 2 to 3 minutes until a soft dough is formed. Add in a teaspoon of cooking oil into the bowl. This is going to make the dough very soft while kneading. And then you're going to knead for another 2 minutes. This is a small recipe. You can double up the amounts in the description box and make Rolex for your entire family. Sprinkle in a little bit more all-purpose flour and knead. Don't worry if you add in too much water, just add in more flour to the dough and knead until the dough is perfect. And if the dough is a little bit dry, just add in a teaspoon of water at a time until you get a soft dough. Once the dough is soft and elastic, you're going to cover your dough with a kitchen towel so that the dough can rest for at least 15 minutes before making your Rolex. My dough is well rested after 15 minutes, so I'm going to transfer my dough on my countertop. Start off by sprinkling some extra all-purpose flour to your countertop. And then you're going to divide the dough into around 5 pieces, or 5 to 6 pieces, that is. You're going to pull the sides of the dough just like this and tuck in the bottom side. This is to even out the top part of the dough. Place aside and repeat. The next step to make our Rolex is to roll the dough into a chapati. So that is what you're going to be doing. So you'll sprinkle some flour to your countertop and pick 1 piece of dough. Using the palm of your hands, you're going to flatten the dough. Make sure the dough is well floured, and then you're going to pick a rolling pin and roll out the dough into a circle. It's going to be very easy for you to push the dough because it's soft and elastic. So within 30 seconds, your dough should be ready. If you notice that your dough is sticking, add in some more flour and push the dough. This is another way of making chapati if you're making a small batch. And it's going to give you awesome layered chapatis. That is soft layered chapatis. Once you have a round shape, you're going to spread some cooking oil. So I'm adding a teaspoon of cooking oil. Spread the dough on top. Then you're going to sprinkle with some extra all-purpose flour, little bits of flour. This is going to create layers. And using a knife, a pizza cutter, or a cake scraper, you're going to cut off dough in quarter and roll into a cone. That is by moving clockwise or anti-clockwise, depending on which side you're going to be folding the dough. When done, tuck the dough in the bottom side and press on top, and there you go. You have layers in your chapati. So I'm going to finish off making the rest. And once done, it's time to make our chapatis, that is cooking our chapatis. So you're going to place a skillet or a chapati pan over medium flame. Pick your dough, sprinkle in some extra all-purpose flour, and then you're going to roll out the dough into a round shape. When done, transfer your piece of dough to your skillet while you make the next one. And it's going to be really fast, so you have to be on your toes. I'm almost done, so I'm going to flip my chapati so that it can cook on the other side for around 30 seconds. You can see the dough is super soft because you'll notice that it has very big air pockets. That means that the dough was kneaded to perfection. So the chapatis are going to turn out very soft, soft layered. Like soft layered chapatis. Yeah, that is what I'm trying to say. Place aside and transfer my last piece of dough to my skillet. And then I'm going to pick a bowl for my eggs. I have some onions, coriander, some tomatoes and salt to make my Rolex. Flip my piece of dough so that it can cook on the other side. And I have 4 eggs. This is the last step of making our chapati, that is oiling the chapati. So I'm going to add in a teaspoon of cooking oil to my skillet. This is going to add in very nice spots on our chapati. So when you add in the cooking oil, spin the dough around so that you get those lovely golden spots. Wow, just look at the spots. Add in some more cooking oil. Be careful of the air pockets because they have very hot steam. Lovely. Then I'm going to place on my plate, pick another chapati, place on top of my skillet and add in cooking oil. When done, you're going to transfer to the rest. So I'm going to place my chapati aside, cover with a kitchen towel. And then I'm going to crack in 1 free range egg and 1 regular egg. Add in some salt, some tomatoes, and a little bit of coriander. Then I'm going to whisk everything until fully combined. Add in a teaspoon of more cooking oil and add in my egg. Then I'm going to add in my egg in the skillet. And then I'm going to add in my egg in the skillet. Cook your egg for around 30 seconds to 1 minute, and once you notice that the top is drying, you're going to place your chapati. When you place your chapati, you're going to press down a little bit, and then you're going to flip your chapati so that you can roll the chapati and egg into a Rolex. Lovely. Cook for another 30 seconds. Crack in 2 more eggs into my bowl. Add in some salt, onions, coriander, and tomatoes. You can add in as much as you like. Whisk using my fork. Place aside. Pick my chopping board. This is how my Rolex is looking, and it's looking super good. So I'm going to transfer to my countertop, and then I'm going to fold into a Rolex. Super hot. Add in a teaspoon of more cooking oil and add in my egg. Wait for the egg to cook for 30 seconds to 1 minute. Carefully place my chapati on top, just like that. And then I'm going to flip. Absolutely gorgeous. Cook for another 30 seconds so that the other side can cook. When ready, you're going to put out the flames, transfer to your chopping board and roll into a Rolex. Cut your Rolex in half. Just look at that. Beautiful. I'm going to transfer to my plate over here. Look how stunning my Rolex is, and the chapati is super flaky. Place my chopping board aside. Best presentation ever. So this is a very simple recipe that you can try out for brunch or for lunch, and it's very filling, very delicious, and it's well seasoned. Trust me, if you fail to season the Rolex or the eggs, it's going to be a little bit not delicious. But make sure the eggs and the chapati are well seasoned, and the Rolex is going to turn out amazing. So this is a recipe worth trying, and I hope you'll be trying. So this is a recipe worth trying. So I hope you give this recipe a try, and it's going to turn out fantastic.